Houston, as many of us know, has emerged as a foodie town, and with the diversity in population, you can find all kinds of things to please your palate. The Greater Houston Convention and Visitors Bureau has used our diverse menu and award-winning chefs as a selling point for our city. The CVB's A.J. Mistretta takes us on a culinary tour of Montrose.
Started the Houston Culinary Tours in 2008 as a way to remind people how important the food scene is in Houston. It started with Houston chefs coming together and saying, we want to make sure that the world knows just how big Houston's scene is.
It's amazing. This is the place to be for chefs right now, Houston. There is absolutely no doubt about it. And they seem to culminate it in this hip area known as Montrose. Montrose is no longer the dusty, crusty neighborhood. It's becoming more well-rounded as far as restaurants are. I mean, this is really a foodie area. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you have Uchi, you have Haymarket and Underbelly, and not only that, Common Bond just moved across the street. So the ante's up for everyone to really offer Houston the best possible food, and we are doing that. Well, Brazil has been here for 22 years. It started as a coffee house and it has morphed into a restaurant. Our pastries are all made from scratch. We like doing interesting flavors, but we want you to enjoy your food. We don't want to have to explain it to you, but we want it to be fun too and absolutely taste delicious. We have a classic creme brulee, but we are very proud of our creme brulee. It's actually delicious, and it has lots of fruit and our own little 2 chocolate cookies to finish it off. We have poetry readings. We have independent film series. So there's all sorts of activities here. So it's not just a restaurant. It's really a part of the community.
Skull sort of hits they hit a spot that's not well represented here in the city. A lot of Italian restaurants that you'll find here in the city will be sort of Americanized Italian restaurants. Lots of lasagna and spaghetti and things like that. Those aren't things that you'll find here. We do have pastas that are made here in-house, but our pastas are made with prosciutto and pheasant. We have house-made cured meats. We have lots of different kinds of prosciuttos, salamis, cured beef tenderloin, cured pork tenderloin, lots of different cheeses that you won't find at any other restaurants. It's sort of an intimate place, more of a date night kind of place. It's dark, it's intimate, the tables are close, candles. We get a lot of first dates and, you know, a lot of 20th dates as well. Today they had the mushroom risotto. It's pretty simple. It's just mushrooms and risotto, but some fresh Parmigiano-Reggiano cheese on top of it. They also had a dish that was a mixture of fried polenta and fried salami. Just little cubes of those things mixed together on the plate. Just a couple of things, get them in and out, you know. You know, you won't find another Post-Skull on the other side of the city. It gives it a very neighborhood, community kind of feel, mom and pop kind of place.
You know, we wanted to bring some Tex-Mex here into this area. You obviously have a lot of other Tex-Mex fare in Houston, but what we wanted to do is take a different approach to it and really go with vintage Tex-Mex, really focusing on the old school techniques. We actually make our own chili powder. It's a recipe that we make here in-house. It's not something that we buy from one of our purveyors. So we take chilies and we de-seed them and we grind them up in this, it's actually a modified coffee grinder. And we come up with our own recipe that we use in several of our sauces, and we also use it to season some of our seafood and different things like that. The chili con carne that we use on top of the cheese enchiladas is one of the recipes that uses actually lard and the homemade chili powder as well. It's also served with our San Antonio style puppy taco, which, you know, we've been fortunate enough to receive a lot of positive press on as well. We know that the Montrose area is a big hot spot. We have a lot of James Beard Award winners and nominees in this very short few blocks here on Westheimer and in Montrose. So we're excited to be an addition to that.
understand a bit more about where the food's come from and why it's here. It's quite a diverse society that's living in Houston, and to get the food coming from that is excellent. I don't think I've seen it anywhere in quite the same way. And again, they're using the buildings that are already here. They're not like knocking the historic buildings down and starting from scratch. And it's very family-based. A lot of the restaurants that we've been to tonight are very like from a grandfather, like teaching it to their kids and stuff and bringing it up. So that's such a great aspect for Houston to have.
And the reason that we love the food tour is that not everybody knows about Brazil, and not everybody even knows about how fantastic this area is, how accessible it is, how friendly it is.
I find that a lot of people are stuck in their ruts. You know, they go to the same sort of restaurants all the time, and anything that can, you know, show people new restaurants, different restaurants, you know, different things that they wouldn't normally eat that, you know, just something slightly different than their norm is always a great thing.
What you get on a culinary tour is kind of that unique flavor. It's a way for people to taste different things and expose themselves to different palates and different types of food that they may not necessarily go for. What you find, hear people say a lot of times that I would never have tried that. But now that I've experienced it, now that I know what it's about, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to experience it again.
All right, is it just me, or how many of us are hungry right now? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're all, yeah, that's okay. If you'd like more information on Houston Culinary Tours, you can call this number at 713-554-1735, 713-554-1735, or log on to HoustonCulinary Tours.com.